for part 2 of tonight's live Facebook record sale. When you're on, let us know. We need a huge turnout here for part 2. I want everybody to wake up, get up, wake up. It is time. It is time. Let me get it shared in all the proper outlets. Let's go. There's part 2. Hey, there it is. Let me share that right quick. Let's share it. I'm going to share it and a whole lot of records. CCK. I'm going to share it in our Coin and Knife group too. We also need to... Okay. I'm going to try something. I know it makes some people upset. I'm going to do the add everyone tag. Do you think I should? I'll wait. I might do it a little bit later. I'll let the feed get going first. I've had some people leave the group because of it, which I think is a little dramatic, but let me get this one shared on our YouTube. Share, copy link. All right. Let's go over here to Instagram. And favorites. Chris Kirkley said, do it. Make people mad. All right, let's do the link. Live now. All right, now it's on our Instagram. Yeah, I'll do it here in a second. I'll let the feed get rolling first. I don't want everybody hopping on and we're not really selling records yet. So let me go to Restream. And done. You only do. People make themselves mad. That's right. Anger is just the perception of oneself's mentality. Wow, that sounded very scientific, and I just made it up. Okay. Let's start with, what do y'all want to start with? New arrivals? A bin of new arrivals? Let's see what's in this bin. Passion fodder. That looks interesting. Yeah, let's do a bin of new arrivals, get everybody warmed up. Tanner brought me a Bang from the gas station. Richard says the 45s from that preview. Yep, I got a whole box of those. New vintage 45s. Kathy says woohoo. All right, let me grab my Bang energy drink here. Did I finish all my water? Nope, I still got some water, but that's okay. Who needs water when you got Bang? This is an advertisement for Bang Energy. Do they have a slogan? Potent brain and body fuel. Huh. They don't have a slogan. I'll make one up. Tanner, you got a slogan for Bang? Tanner said, stay away. Boy, that does taste potent. I can taste the potency. New arrivals, 45s, Japanese auctions, etc. On sale new vinyl. I know y'all want to see that. All right, new arrivals. There's no sugar in these. There's no sugar. There's no fat. There's no trans fat. There's no saturated fat. Saturated. There's no cholesterol. There's no sodium. There's no carbs. There's no sugars. There's no fiber. There's no protein. These drinks are poison. Bang, off and running. The more you drink, the more you bang. Wow. Okay. The Country Hall of Fame, Ernest Tubb, first record, $9.99. Ernest Tubb favorites. $9.99. No alcohol either. There's literally nothing in them. It's just like energy. You're just drinking some kind of energy. West Bruce and Lang, $14.99. Procol Harum Grand Hotel, $19.99. No, the monsters I drank. Oh, this is Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper, $26.99. I forgot about this one. Alice Cooper is $26.99. This is Zipper Catches Skin. Ouch. That is $26.99. Alice Cooper. Bang your head. Japanese Aussie. I think we sold that already. Chemicals that don't have trackable nutritional value. That's probably a good way to put it, Matt. $9.99 on Chicago. There's chemicals in it that they hadn't figured out yet, so they can't put it on a label. They're like, we can't figure this out. There's some kind of chemical in here that makes you hyper, but we don't know what it is. Alice Cooper. The Alice Cooper Show promotional copy. Wow. That is $26.99. Scott Smith says WBL. WBL was West Bruce and Lang. We have Procol Harum, Something Magic, $19.99. Let me do something right quick. So let me hop over here to groups. Let me actually go to our feed first. They've changed this up. It stinks to try to get to our page now. You got to click on 3 extra things. It used to be a tab down here that said pages, and I could click on it and go straight to our page. But now I make you click on your profile, then you got to click on that. Yeah, I need to share. Let me copy that, and then go over here to the group where I shared it or I made that hot post. Let me put that in the comments. And then I'm going to tag add everyone. We're going to try it. I haven't done it in a while. It's going to give everybody a notification that Chad Williams mentioned you in a comment. All 3,800 people in our group. So let's see what happens. See if we have a jump in viewers. We got 85 right now. Let me reset it. All right, so everybody just got a notification. Chad Williams tagged you in a comment. Okay, I have not auctioned Van Halen, but I can do it right now. Let's do that, because I use that and the Pretenders I use for the thumbnail. So, all right, we have Van Halen, Women and Children First, Japanese pressing. No condition notes on this one. Wow. So, really nice cover with Obi. Really nice cover with Obi. Yeah, this looks really nice. No inserts, no poster, and the vinyl is near mint. Of course, I don't know if we determined that time if the Japanese pressings came with a poster like the U.S. pressings. I don't know if we ever determined that. If we did, I don't know. Greg says I'm leaving that group. Thank you. So we have Van Halen, Women and Children First. That's a $55 start. $55 start. The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl. The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl. There's already been 2 people ask me questions on that thing. I've tagged them in, or at least I've seen one pop up, and I think something else. The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl. This is a Japanese pressing. Near mint. They're all Japanese pressings. There's the insert. And we'll do this one also. We'll do this for a $35 start. So we got the Pretenders, Learning to Crawl. It looks like at one time somebody had taped the Obi to the cover. So that is a $35 start, and Van Halen is a $55 start. So 55 for Van Halen, 35 for that. Scott, I've got you for West, Bruce, and Lang. I've got you down. And Jim Nelson asked about the Procol Harums. We have Something Magic, and there was one called Grand Hotel. Grand Hotel usually comes with a booklet. I felt something slide down in there. That might have been just the record. I don't see a booklet with this one, but there's 2 Procol Harums. There's also 2 Alice Coopers. The Alice Cooper Show and Zipper Catches Skin. Wow. McCartney. This is one of those Taiwan pressings. $49.99. Paul McCartney. Hey, and they actually used the picture on the back for the front, because everybody always gets that confused. $49.99. They may have been onto something there. Dance with the Ventures. The Ventures, $9.99. Beach Beat, Volume 4, 15 new classics by original artists. That's some kind of, let's see who some of the artists are. The Drifters, the Fanatics, the Four Tops, Billy Ocean, William Bell, Lou Rawls, Johnny Mathis. That's $14.99. And we have Summer Means Fun, 2 record, 20 great surf and hot rod hits in shrink wrap and hop sticker, $19.99. Summer Means Fun. Cactus. Cactus is $19.99. And Mountain Climbing, $24.99. Cactus Restrictions. Boy, that's one we don't see too often. That is $29.99. And we have Procol Harum. This is a reissue of their first album. It says A Wider Shade of Pale, which, yes, that song is on this album. Procol Harum, Wider Shade of Pale, $29.99. Procol Harum, A Wider Shade of Pale. Okay, the Pretenders, I'm looking for a $35 start, Brian. If you want to bid, I'll probably sell it to you pretty quick unless someone else hops in. And we have Van Halen for a $55 start, if anybody wants it. Jim Nelson says, that's it. Mine. Which one? You was talking about Procol Harum. You're talking about this one, right? The reissue. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we have original copies of this, but this is a really nice. It's a reissue cover. Yeah, Conquistador. That's a great album. He was a great vocalist. He passed away earlier this year. His name was Gary Brooker. Very good. B.J. Wilson on percussion. Robin Trower, lead guitar. This is I don't know if I stress how big this album was in the 60s, especially that song. That was one of the biggest songs from the 60s. 67, I believe, is when that originally came out. That is sold to Jim Nielsen. Matt says, I'm going to need a Hall & Oates Greatest Hits. That song keeps playing this commercial. Which song? Sarah Smile? I've heard that in a commercial recently, I think. Procol Harum Home. We got a lot of their discography, $19.99. Procol Harum Live. Wow. This is another good one, Procol Harum Live. It has the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Procol Harum Live. Very good. Of course, y'all know how symphonic, especially like Wider Shade of Pale, that sounds amazing. There's a live performance of him doing Wider Shade of Pale. It's somewhere like over in Sweden, maybe. What? Wow, that's a pursuit. That was, they were chasing somebody. That was incredible. They was going really fast. $29.99. Alice Cooper. This is not Welcome to My Nightmare. This is Alice Cooper. I never can remember the name of this one. Here we go. From the Inside, $29.99. This looks like a really nice copy. I'll show it. The cover opens up. The back doors open up. That's $29.99. Okay, well, let's go ahead and sell Mark Fallon. No bids. He said he would get 50. So let's go ahead and sell Van Halen to Mark Fallon for 50. Thank you, Mark. Mark, I will get back with you on your butcher cover as soon as possible. I've seen a little push notification come up. I did not send those pictures to my guy yet. He may even be watching, but we have an in-house butcher cover expert, and I know somebody else that I always use for a backup too, but John Young's pretty good. So I'll send those over to him and see what he says about it. The Pretenders, if anybody wants it, $35 buy it now. Who asked about it? Who asked about this? Brian, it's available for $35 if you want it. It does have some residue where some tape was on the obi and the cover, but the insert and the vinyl, everything else, really nice copy, $35. That's first come, first serve. Cindy Jones wants Alice. I'm assuming that was From the Inside, Cindy. If so, that's yours. And Kevin Cabina, you was second. We got another Alice Cooper album, Special Forces. We usually have some Alice Cooper buyers watching who would usually be all over these. I knew From the Inside would sell, but that's another one we don't get too often. Special Forces. And we have Almond Brothers Eat a Peach for $34.99. Almond Brothers Eat a Peach. This is a reissue. It's a non-gatefold. It is near mint. $34.99. $34.99. John's already seen about it. Yeah, John, if somebody mentions butcher cover in the comments, he's probably going to send you a message. I told him not to do that, but he does. Supertramp Paris, 2LP. That is $29.99. Supertramp Paris, $29.99. If John says it's real, then it's real. Or he might just say it and ask you how much he wants for it. And if he does, that means it's probably real. The Sound of Bread. Wow, bread makes sounds. This is $9.99. The Sound of Bread. John can tell you if it's a butcher cover or not because he owns like 20 of them. So he owns a lot. I forgot how many. He has a bunch of them. He has a whole crate full of butcher covers. Bread is $9.99. I have one if anybody wants one. I have a peeled one, so I have a peeled one. Robin Trower, Caravan to Midnight, $19.99. Carole King, Wraparound Joy, $14.99. And Jimi Hendrix Moods, $34.99. Family, It's Only a Movie, $19.99. Okay, Cindy Jones, yes, I Want the Summer, a compilation as well. I think I pulled that for you. If not, it's yours. Did I miss that earlier? You did, Summer, and I didn't pull it for you. Cindy Jones Wants the Summer compilation. We have Frank Zappa, Tinseltown Rebellion. That is $44.99. And Lauren Green, Welcome to the Ponderosa, featuring the big hit Ringo. Lauren Green from Bonanza, $24.99. Walt Cruz says, if no one's interested in the Pretenders, he'll take it. Walt Cruz gets the Pretenders, $24.99. Passion Fodder, Fat Tuesday, $9.99. Passion Fodder, Fat Tuesday. This is a full album. $9.99. Bob McKinney Wants the Bread. I was about to say, Sound of Bread, If It Don't Matter to Me. Guitar Man's on here. That's one of my favorites. John Stevens Wants Passion Fodder. So did John Stevens. The Lord of the Rings, the original soundtrack recording, composed and conducted by Leonard Rosenman. This is 1978. It's a picture disc. It does have some cover damage. This little flip thing here always gets damaged. I've looked these up before, and a lot of them were like that. I think this is the only second time I've ever had this. It's a Lord of the Rings, the cartoon. It's a gatefold picture disc. Gatefold picture disc, $34.99. This part right here is a little messed up, but it's very common because of how the disc was slid into the cover. It dinged that, and it just over time eventually ripped it. But really cool picture disc, artwork on it. The back one isn't as bad. You could... was that a part of anybody's childhood? The Lord of the Rings cartoon. 2LP, that's $34.99. 2LP picture disc. All right. Let's get that back in the sleeve before we do any more damage to it. You got to hold this down when you slide it in there and get it past the sleeve, and then you're good to go. All right, that's $34.99. We have Tales from Topographic Oceans. Yes, that is $19.99. Donny Hathaway in Performance. That is $24.99. Blood Rock Live. Blood Rock Live. Wow, I haven't seen this in a while. $29.99. Chicago Amphitheater. $29.99 for that. And we have Keith Hartley Band. The Time Is Near. $24.99. Rick Wakeman, Myths and Legends of King Arthur. $19.99. The Best of The Lovin' Spoonful. I've never seen that exact version before. $14.99. Denny Daughtery, What You Gonna Do. $19.99. The Mamas and Papas, People Like Us. $12.99. Blackfoot Strikes is $19.99. The Yes album is $19.99. Yes Drama, promo copy, $19.99. And Yes Relayer. It's in shrink wrap with hop sticker. $19.99. Yes Relayer. The Gates of Delirium Sound Chaser. Really nice copy there. Shrink wrap and hop sticker. $19.99. That's the second Yes album we've had tonight with hop sticker. Greg said he would give $28 for the Allman Brothers. We're going to sell that to Greg Preston for $28. Anybody want to make an offer on anything? Hey, it's part 2 Friday night. If you're tuned in with me, I'm going to cut you some deals. I'm about to go through a crate of new vinyl on sale. That's definitely going to be some deals. Let me read through these titles one more time. Ernest Tubb, Alice Cooper, Chicago, Alice Cooper, Procol Harum, The Ventures, McCartney, Beach Beat, Cactus, Mountain, Cactus, Procol Harum, Alice Cooper, Supertramp, Robin Trower, Carole King, Jimi Hendrix, Family, Frank Zappa, Lauren Green, Lord of the Rings, Yes, Donny Hathaway, Blood Rock, Keith Hartley Band, Rick Wakeman, Love and Spoonful, Denny Daughtery, Mamas and Papas, Blackfoot. That has Train on it. Last time I mentioned that, 2 or 3 people wanted it. Yes, yes, and yes. Yeah, I'll do some bundles with you. Just, you got to let me know what you're interested in. What is that, Jimmy? The Jimi Hendrix is called Moods. Jimi Hendrix Mood, it's on the Trip label, which is like a budget compilation type label usually. A Mumbling Word, Miracle Worker. Yeah, it's some very rare, obscure tracks from Hendrix. I've said it before, Jimi Hendrix spent a lot of time in the studio. He recorded enough for probably 100 albums, and he was only alive to see 3 of them. 3 studio albums. He was actually alive when Band of Gypsies came out, I think. He died soon thereafter. I think that's how the story goes. But he had enough for probably 100 albums. I mean, maybe not that many, but he had a lot of recordings, and he was only alive to see 3 of them. So, Chris Kirkley wants Supertramp. Yeah, I was surprised no one took that. It's a gold stamp promo, near mint. That is Supertramp Paris, which is a 2LP live. 2LP live. And Floyd, let me know if you're interested in anything in there. All right, let me grab a new crate of stuff, and I need to start some auctions. Y'all got to remind me to keep Japanese auctions going, because we still got a whole crate over here of stuff I have not introduced. Let me go ahead and show the first crate of new vinyl I have on sale, and the Jimi Hendrix was $34.99. $34.99. This is some new vinyl I have on sale. Everything in this crate is $24.99. Some of it as much as half off. Some of it's 20% off. Some of it is, I think the cheapest in here is 15% off. There's some things in here that are almost or more than 50% off for all the new vinyl we have in here. $24.99. Some of these I've got 1 copy. Some we've got 5 or 10 copies of. Loverboy, Get Lucky, new and sealed. That is $24.99. I'm pretty sure this is on red vinyl. There's a barcode over the barcode, and if I can remember correctly, that was red vinyl, or it's at least some kind of colored vinyl. Don't hold me to that, though. Clay Moore said he would give $15 for Drama. Let's sell that to Clay. And Clay, I said promo copy. It's a gold stamp, and it has a strip. It has the original inner sleeve. Let's see if it's actually a promo label. It's not marked. Now, some albums, as y'all know, they're not actually, some promo labels don't actually exist. This is near mint, though. If you still want that, sell that to Clay for $15. Chuck Wilson, first to Loverboy. By the way, my help tonight is Tanner. He's tagging. And Doug is still here. He's in the back. I hear the tape gun going. He is still shipping. He's trying to get everything caught up for the week. As much as he can, at least. So there's like big stacks of mail in the back, like 10 foot tall. So you're probably currently receiving tracking numbers. He's in the back shipping. Tanner's tagging. And we're going to do another sale tomorrow night, by the way, to finish the week. We're probably going to have a coin and knife auction Sunday, so we can have like 6 record sales next week, the week before Christmas. I think next week is the week before Christmas. I've got 2 of these left. They're on gold vinyl, limited edition, 30th anniversary, limited edition gold vinyl. These are now $24.99. That was from earlier this year, Rocktober exclusive. Caius, Blues for the Red Sun. I have 2 of them. $24.99. Gold vinyl, indie exclusives. Caius, Blues for the Red Sun. $24.99. Only one of these. This is the Robert Fripp 200 gram. $24.99 in the Wake of Poseidon. I love this cover. I love all of King Crimson's covers. Their covers is just as unique as their music. Gatefold 200 gram, $24.99. Caius, Blues for the Red Sun, is $24.99. And we have Kings of Leon, Youth and Young Manhood. This was originally $37.99. Now it's $24.99. Kings of Leon, Youth and Young Manhood. Keb Mo, Just Like You. That's now $24.99. The Killer's Hot Fuss. The Killer's Hot Fuss. That is now marked down to $24.99. Mr. Brightside, Somebody Told Me, All These Things Have Done. Classic 90s album. Chris Kirkley, First the Kings of Leon. And Mark, you sent something earlier. I have a Nat King Cole master copy, capital copy from 1960 of my grandfather. No, what that'd go for. Now, are you talking about, is it like a test copy? Is that what you mean? Or is it like an acetate? I might have to see a picture of it. Regardless, though, an artist like Nat King Cole, his records usually don't demand a lot of money. Regardless if it's a test pressing or whatever you may have acetate. It's probably not worth a ton. It's worth something. But, you know, it's like I've seen test pressing. I have all kinds of stuff like test pressings from country albums and stuff that's not really that valuable. They're not worth a whole lot. Now, if you have like a test pressing of Led Zeppelin 3 or a test pressing of David Bowie's Diamond Dogs or something like that, you got something pretty incredible. Chris Kirkley got Kings of Leon. Scott Smith gets Killers. And Edward wants Keb Mo. It's nevertheless a really cool item. An artist like Nat King Cole, he's popular, but his stuff usually don't demand a lot of money. So it is interesting, though. Ed got Keb. Danzig, this is $24.99. Skeletons. It's on electric blue, pressed on purple, and electric blue vinyl, limited to 1,700. That is $24.99. That's my last copy. If you're just joining us, we're doing an on-sale crate. Everything is $24.99. Dangerous Toys. I don't really like the name of this album. It's called Pissed, but it's red vinyl, on sale for $24.99. I sold a ton of these. When they announced they was going to reissue some Dangerous Toys albums, there's one album of theirs, I think their first one, it's really desirable. It's very tough to find OGs of. They haven't reissued that in a long time, though, but we had Dangerous Toys and Dangerous Toys Greatest Hits not too long ago. Greg Rogers takes Danzig. That's sold to Greg Rogers. I got 2 Dangerous Toys left. I've got 2 of these left, which is DRI, Dirty Rotten Imbeciles. 4 of a Kind, limited edition 1,500 on red and black colored vinyl from Music on Vinyl. These are numbered. I got number 423 and 427. Those are marked down, let's see, 24. Those are marked down probably 30 or 40%, $24.99. Coldplay, Viva La Vida, that is now $24.99. I think I only have 1 copy of those left. Christian Death, Halloween, 1981. That is $24.99. I have 2 of those, limited edition orange vinyl. Captain Beefheart and His Magic Man, the Mirror Man Sessions. The original Mirror Man album with 5 bonus outtakes from the Brown Rapper Sessions. Limited 1,500 on clear vinyl. That is now $24.99. I've only got 1 copy left of the Black Keys Rubber Factory. $24.99 for the Rubber Factory. 2 copies left of Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp. This is the new recordings by Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp. Caroline No. Limited edition gold nugget vinyl. $24.99 on that. 1 copy of Bon Jovi Lost Highway. $24.99. Scott Smith on BK, that's the Black Keys. Sell that to Scott Smith. Big Country, The Crossing, $24.99. Music on Vinyl, Big Country, The Crossing. This is an expanded edition with 4 bonus tracks. That was $46.99, now $24.99. This should be a sellout. The best of the B-52s. The best of the B-52s. This is $24.99. Music on Vinyl. Tommy Flowers takes one of the Big Countries. That's $24.99. And last is I've got 2 copies of Armored Saint, Raising Fear. That's on red vinyl. Armored Saint, Raising Fear, $24.99. We did have a Kings of Leon in this crate, but it is sold. This is an on-sale crate. Everything in here is $24.99. Everything is $24.99. I'm going to flip through those one more time, just in case somebody just hopped on or you missed it. Caius, Blues for the Red Sun, that's on gold vinyl, $24.99. King Crimson's $24.99. The Killers, Hot Fuss, last copy. Dangerous Toys. These are all $24.99. Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, 4 of a Kind, DRI. Coldplay is $24.99. Christian Death is $24.99. Captain Beefheart is $24.99. Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp is $24.99. Bon Jovi is $24.99. Last copy of Big Country. 2 copies of the best of B-52s. We sold a ton of those. And Armored Saint, Raising Fear. That's on red vinyl from Metal Blade Records. Those are $24.99. Yeah, I've got a few more things in here. Let's see. This is some stuff I think I've already shown on sale, but you may have not seen it. I'll add it to this crate. We have one of the last copies of Crosby, Stills, and Nash, the remaster. I may have more on the back wall, but this is all I had left in the bin. That's now $24.99, one of my favorite albums. Blackstone Cherry is limited to 2,500 on gold vinyl. Limited to 2,500 on gold vinyl. Music on vinyl. That is now $24.99. Kevin Kubina wants CSN. I can check the back wall if anybody else wants one. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. Unbelievable. The Black Keys, Let's Rock. That's now $24.99. Alan Jonathan wants Blackstone Cherry. By the way, if you want some of these, I showed some of these in the group already on sale. So make sure you're in our group. A whole lot of records. We'll share the link on Facebook. Because I've had like 9 of these. I'm surprised they're still available. Okay, so Kevin Kubina. Wow, we got a lot. Kevin Kubina on CSN. Alan Jonathan on Blackstone Cherry. That's sold to Alan Jonathan. Wait a minute. He already got one. Kevin Kubina on Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Alan Jonathan on Blackstone Cherry. Greg Hagewood on B-52s. Bob McKinney on Blackstone Cherry. John Stevens on B-52s. Mark Shelton on CSN. We'll have to check the back wall. I'm pretty sure there's 2 or 3 back there, though. So just make a side note, please, for Mark Shelton, CSN. People put CSN and it autocorrects the can every time. I've got used to that. Greg Baldwin on Big Country. That's sold to Greg. Paul Brothers wants to Jeff Beck. He says YouTube is acting up. Okay. Anybody else having problems with YouTube? We had some problems with part 2 last night. Jeff Beck sold to Paul Brothers. Robert Johnson on BC. Robert Johnson on BC. What was BC? We're already sold out of Big Country, Robert. I don't think I have any more of those, and that's it. Unless it was for Blackstone Cherry. I'm sold out of those too. Mark Shelton, I've already got you down for CSN. Do you buy Elvis Presley collections? Kind of. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. That's one of my last copies. I think I've got 2 in here. I do. $24.99. And my last copy of, yes, this is half off. This is the new album that came out earlier this year. It's an indie exclusive. It comes with something. I can't remember. I ordered a ton of these. Because I'm a Yes fan. We sold a lot, but I think I ordered like 25 of them. So I've been left. Yes sells. Yes sells really good. But I'm down to some of my last copies. I've had to make them half off to finally sell them all. But that's my last one. Okay. But to the David about Elvis collections, we buy record collections. We've had a lot of people message us recently asking, they have record collections. For us to travel somewhere, you have to have a pretty large size collection. We're looking for 5,000 plus albums to make a road trip now. We only have like 1 day to buy. Unless you can bring stuff to us or unless you want to mail it, we're looking for just major collections. So that's why I usually tell people, no, we really don't buy this or that small type collections of a certain artist. Unless maybe it's the Beatles, or maybe unless you collected Rolling Stones or Led Zeppelin or somebody like that. We may come out and see what you have. But we're looking for minimum 2,000 albums. If you collect hard rock and metal, we're really looking for large type collections, though. Bon Jovi to Jim Nielsen. Stephanie Harder, Bon Jovi. Test, and Tim Besaw wants Yes. Tim Besaw got Yes. I have some more. Clay Moore wants Armored Saint. This may be some people who were on YouTube earlier that couldn't comment. I was wondering why we wasn't selling more. I was like, what's going on? That's sold to Clay. I got some more to add to this $24.99 sale. Let me go grab those. They're over here behind the counter. All righty. Rob Shuffler also wants an Armored Saint. I do have more of those. So Rob got the last one in the bin. I know I have more Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I think that's the only thing I've sold out of that I can remind people I have more of. Sherry Darnell wanted the other Bon Jovi. Sherry Darnell. I don't see that on here. I've got Jim Nielsen, Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet. Stephanie Harder, Bon Jovi Slip. I don't see Sherry claiming anything. Unless she's on YouTube and we can't see it. And Rob Scheffler got the other Armored Saint. I do have more of these. Okay. David Bowie, Aladdin Sane. My last 2 copies, $24.99. I think. I say this because sometimes we end up finding more. We got vinyl everywhere. $24.99 for Aladdin Sane. That's a gatefold remaster. Very nice. Eddie Vedder, Earthling. If his name don't ring a bell, that's the lead singer for Pearl Jam. This is one of his solo albums, Earthling, $24.99. Tin Machine. Tin Machine 2 is David Bowie. He's one of the members. You may have heard of David Bowie. These are originally $44.99, now $24.99, limited edition copies of 5,000. Sorry for the Greek-looking nudity on there. Chad, can you see me now? I was wanting Bon Jovi Lost Highway. I can see it now. Sherry's above Greg H. Let's see here. Greg H. Huh, that's weird. I'm not seeing some things. Greg H. Huh, no, I didn't see that. I see you now, though. Lost Highway. I promise I'm never ignoring anybody. Sometimes I may ignore questions just because I can't answer them or we're just going too fast at the moment, and I usually either come back to them or hopefully some people. Like I'm just now seeing Clint's question about, do you have Fleetwood alternate box? No, I don't, Clint. So when I see something, sometimes I answer it in my mind, but I may be trying to tag records or tell Tanner what to tag, and I sometimes just skip things. So you can always come back and I'll tag it again. So Sherry Darnell got Bon Jovi, or you can comment again and I'll answer. I don't have any Buck Cherry. No, I don't. Edward wants a Tin Machine. Paul Brothers wants an Eddie Vedder. Sherry Darnell said, thank you, thank you. And Monica wants a Blackstone Cherry. I don't have any more of those. Paul McCartney. This is a half-speed master of Wildlife, only $24.99. Half-speed master of Wildlife. Abbey Road half-speed master. These were originally $36.99. This is now $24.99. Frankenstein Girls Will Sing Strangely Sexy. This is Mindless Self-Indulgence, music on vinyl, now just $24.99. Korn, The Path of Totality, that is $24.99. Glassjaw, Worship Music. No, this is Worship and Tribute. Worship music is Anthrax. Glassjaw, Worship and Tribute, $24.99. My last copy of Ace of Base Gold, that's the Ace of Base Greatest Hits. And there's another Coldplay. I knew I had one left from the other bin. I'll put it back here with the other. Viva La Vida. At one time, this was an import only, and you could only get it like overseas, and the MSRP was like $63.99, something crazy. So Paul Brothers wants Ace of Base. Paul, I'm interested in your game, your WATA graded game. I was trying to find a very recent comp before. That's what I'm waiting on. But I'm still interested in your game, and before you come to Lebanon to pick up your order, I will let you know something so you can bring it with you. Or if anything, bring it with you, and I'll let you know even the day maybe you're on your way, because I'm interested. All right, let me go through everything that's left in here one last time. On sale new vinyl, $24.99. On sale new vinyl. I wish I had another crate for you. All right. Caius is $24.99. King Crimson, everything's $24.99. That'll save me a lot of breath. The Killers Hot Fuss, Dangerous Toys. I got 2 of those left. DRI, Coldplay, Christian Death, Captain Beefheart, Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp, The Black Keys, David Bowie, Eddie Vedder, Tin Machine 2, Paul McCartney, Mindless Self-Indulgence, Korn, and Glassjaw. Those are all $24.99. $24.99 on those. Okay, let me get a Japanese auction started. We got plenty for tonight and tomorrow night because I doubt we'll get through all these tonight. And then Seth has us multiple crates ready for the next day too. Do you happen to have Paw Dragline? No, I don't. That's a new one on me, to be honest. Paw Dragline. Let's do another crate of new arrivals, and then we'll do some of those other 45s. Okay, this crate is like 2/3 full, so it won't take as long. Let me take a peek what's in here. Uh-oh, I see some you-know-who. Do you ever sell any 4-track reel-to-reel? I have one behind the counter I've been meaning to auction. I got Jimi Hendrix. Do you have any Linda Perry? No, I don't. That's a new one on me too. Linda Perry. Linda Perry. Let me show this. Actually, I got this Kiss 45 back here too. Let me run it. I was going to use it for a hot post though. Let me save that for tomorrow because that could get some people tuned in for tomorrow night, this Kiss 45. So I'm about to show a lot of 45s, but they go back that far. Okay, let me run these for auction first before I do these two Japanese. I don't know if there's anybody watching that wants to get these started, but I think it's really cool. This is a I don't know, maybe Daniel Cody's watching because he buys these. This is Get That Feeling, Jimi Hendrix and Curtis Knight. This is a reel-to-reel. This is an actual studio one. Get That Feeling, Jimi Hendrix and Curtis Knight. So this is a 4-track reel-to-reel. Very collectible. You don't see these too often. You have to have a reel-to-reel to play them, obviously. A lot of people say they're very good sounding if you have the right equipment, if you have a high-end reel-to-reel player, and of course speakers and amps and all that. Very, very good. $25 start on this. Get That Feeling, Jimi Hendrix and Curtis Knight. If anything, it's a really cool Jimi Hendrix collectible. That displays very well. Very good condition box. Get That Feeling, Jimi Hendrix and Curtis Knight. I usually just immediately put these on eBay because I don't know if there's any buyers in our group for them. But that's... I've had some rare ones before. I've had, was it Pet Sounds? I think I had Pet Sounds one time. It brought really well. I think I had a mono Pet Sounds maybe. I can't remember. It was something. I had one sell for way up there. I've had a Led Zeppelin before. Though none of those are cheap. Pink Floyd. And then this is pretty interesting. This is a Bing Crosby box set of 45s. Let me show you what we have here. This is Bing Crosby. Take a look at this. It's like him in his pipe and golf outfit. This is 1954. 1954. This is from the Fred Goodwin collection. Look at all this music. If this was manufactured today, what do we got here? Like 20 LP, a 27-inch single. This would probably cost like $200 if they made it today. Probably more than that. So you get a book with it, Bing Crosby. A musical autobiography, Bing, presented on Decca Records. So there's the book. It comes in this really nice case, but yeah. A musical autobiography. The tracks on this one is Walking the Floors Over You and, of course, White Christmas. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 7-inch singles from Bing Crosby. They're all mint, black Decca label, all EP. So each side has 2 songs on it. That one has 2 songs. So yeah, 34 songs with book and this really cool case. $35 start. That's a Bing Crosby. I don't know if that's complete. I'm assuming that's a lot, and it fits in there pretty tight, so I'm assuming that is complete. And it's in like a hard shell. It does have, some people put some tape. I tried to start peeling it off, and it's going to tear, so I just left it on there. But yeah, Bing Crosby 7-inch box set from 1954. 1954. That is a, well, that's the copyright. That seems very early to have that much music already out by him, but it may be accurate. $35 start on that. Mark Shelton's at $25 on the Jimi Hendrix. Okay. Gunfighter Ballads, Marty Robbins. Everybody wants this one. Oh my gosh. And it's an original Columbia 2i, just $9.99. Do you have any Sun record albums? I have albums, and I have lots of 45s. I got some 45s in the crate we're about to do. Pete Townsend, Chinese Eyes, $14.99. Michael Rabin and Choctaw. This is $24.99. The Five Americans, 1971, on Uni, $24.99. Tommy Flowers, first to Marty Robbins. Alex Roman was second. Jason F. was third. Camel, the Snow Goose, 1975 promo. There's a guy I buy records from in Cookeville from his personal collection. I don't know if it's Camel or Cactus he's always after. But the last time I took some up there and we traded, I think it's Camel he's always wanting. Dean Martin's Greatest Hits Volume 2, $9.99. Play It Again with a Feeling. This is usually a comp. It is. It's sealed, $9.99. Dottie West, Nielsen, Lloyd Kramer, Jack Jones. Jeff McMaster wants Camel. Tommy Flowers got the Marty Robbins. Ben Webster and Sweet Edison. Ben and Sweets. That is $19.99. Rod Stewart, Foolish Behavior, $14.99. Al Jarreau, or AJ, whichever you prefer. High Crime, that's in shrink wrap of Hype Sticker, $9.99. Another Tennessee Ernie Ford, The Star Carol, that is in shrink wrap, $9.99. And what do we have here? Semi-Evolved. Boy, this is hard to read. It's on orange vinyl. It's hand numbered to 100. This is number 95 of 100, $14.99. Semi-Evolved Simians? And I can't make it out. I don't know. Okay, next is Luke Mitchell. He's at 28 on the Jimi Hendrix. This is, if you're just joining us, we got a Jimi Hendrix, Get That Feeling. It's a 4-track, really nice condition. By the way, John did test play it. Some of these have been taped over before. He did test play it because we were testing a very expensive reel-to-reel player we sold on eBay. We have like 5 reel-to-reel players in stock if anybody's interested. Hopefully, if you're local, because if you got to ship it, it is a burden. We don't like shipping audio equipment. I'm in a dispute right now. The third piece of equipment we've sold on eBay has gotten damaged during shipping, or at least that's what the people telling us. Now, anytime I ship y'all equipment, it shows up fine and it's working. If you sell something on eBay, for some reason it shows up broken. It always happens. I think that's just people trying to get a discount. But Michael, we've already sold Marty Robbin. Tommy Flowers was first to Tennessee Ernie Ford. Alex, you were second. Mark's back in on 30 at Jimi Hendrix. And Jeff McMaster said he'll take the Semi. Benson and Farrell. Benson and Farrell is $14.99. Robert Cray, Strong Persuader, $14.99 for Robert Cray. Lee Constant and Jerry Mulligan. Conts meets Mulligan, $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. World Pacific Jazz label. Carly Simon, Anticipation, $9.99. Loretta is a gold stamp promo, $9.99. And Chris Christopherson and band, Spooky Ladies Sideshow. That is $14.99. Frank Sinatra, All the Way, is $14.99. Loretta Lynn, Alone Without You, is $9.99. Loretta Lynn's Country Classics, that's a Crisco promotional, $14.99. George Jones, Too Wild, Too Long, $9.99. George Jones, Why Baby Why, that is a sealed copy, $19.99. Music Man, Waylon Jennings, that has the theme from the Dukes of Hazzard on it. Just them good old boys, $24.99. This is The Judds, Why Not Me. The Judds, Why Not Me, $24.99. And Loretta Lynn, We've Come a Long Way, Baby, $9.99. A Comedy Spectacular, 1941, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd. The music, though, is by John Williams, 1999. All right, let's get everybody updated in the comments. Eddie Bruce bid $35. If you missed this earlier, this is a Bing Crosby 7-inch box set. I'm not for sure the exact year, but it has a copyright date of 1954. It has a booklet. The voice of Bing Crosby has been heard by more people than the voices of any other human being who ever lived. Whew, that's a strong statement. I don't know if that's still true today. I would say it's probably Elvis or Michael Jackson, and this is probably before the heyday. This probably came out before the heyday of Elvis. So I don't know. That was probably true when that was written, but I don't know about now. So Eddie bid 35, David bid 36, Matt bid 40, Luke came back in on Jimi Hendrix at 31, and then Kathy was first to Loretta. Kathy, there's several in here. There's We've Come a Long Way, Baby. There's the Country Classics, Alone with You, and we had her Loretta album. Eddie Bruce bid 40 on Bing Crosby. I use invisible marker. People try one back. Okay. I need to do that then. Invisible marker. And then Juan says all three Loretta. Kathy was right before you. We'll see which one she wants. And then Eddie Bruce is at 50 on Bing Crosby. Eddie Bruce is at 50 on Bing Crosby. Ed says BW, price and condition. What was BW? Thank you, Doug.
Yes, sir.
I gave a shout out earlier. I told everybody Doug is here working late to get their packages out.
I know there could be gifts in there.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Have a good weekend. What was BW, Edward? BW. Let me figure out what that was. That might have been something further back I didn't get to. We'll just let him tell us first. And then John Humphrey on George Jones. John Humphrey on George Jones. John, there was Why Baby Why and Too Wild Too Long. He wants Why Baby Why, the sealed. The sealed. And John messaged us earlier. Very cool. John Humphrey, the guy to George Jones, he's the drummer for the band Seether. I was like, wow. He messaged us a while back and said he was watching and he enjoyed our shows. And then he bought something earlier tonight for the first time. I meant to reply, John, to your first message. I was like, wow, that's really cool. We sell a lot of Seether records. Our customers will be fascinated by that. I didn't reply to you. I'm glad you got back on and bought something tonight so I can finally thank you for watching, thank you for buying, and thank you for letting us know that. That's pretty cool. So I've sold a lot of Seether records. Actually, I don't have any left right now. There's a couple that aren't in print that people really want. Okay, Kevin Kubina was next. I got a lot to get caught up with. Kevin Kubina takes Waylon Jennings. Lisa Montgomery bid 38 on Bing, but we already have a $50 bid. Kathy says, how about a bundle of Loretta? Let me see what we got here. One. Well, I do have somebody saying they'll already take all of them, but you are first, and since you asked, I've got 4 here. Let me set those aside, and we'll talk in just a second, Kathy. And Discogs has released 1954, 17 7-inch singles. Thank you, Clay. So, yeah, this is 1954. Lisa's at 55 on that. 80's out on Bing. Let's see here. Ben Webster for Ed. Okay. I don't remember saying that. Ben Webster? Is that something that's in here? Oh, Ben Webster. Okay. Ben Webster, it's a gold stamp promo. It is definitely near mint, and it is $19.99. It is $19.99. Ed, and then Alice Lowry wants the Carly Simon and bundle on Loretta. So, yeah. Kathy, I've got 4 here. If you're taking all 4, that would be 40. I'll give you 5 off, so that'll be $35. And I think Juan says he wanted them, probably a sticker, but if you're taking all 4, $35. Now, let's get everybody updated on our auctions before I go any further. Edward said sold on the Ben Webster, and I have a feeling Kathy's going to say sold on Loretta. That's all 4 for $35. Jimi Hendrix, high bid on this Jimi Hendrix 4-track. Luke Mitchell's at $31. Luke Mitchell's at $31. That's Jimi Hendrix. Get that feeling. Really nice box. Like I said, even if you don't have a 4-track player, that's a really nice display item, something you don't see every day. And then the Bing Crosby box set. The worst thing going for it is it has tape here on the cover, and I tried to peel that off, but I wouldn't do it. It's gonna rip. I'd rather have translucent tape than a big ugly rip spot. Hard shell, 17 7-inch EPs, 34 songs, and that's at $55 with Lisa Montgomery. $55. I have had these items behind the counter, and I've been meaning to put them in a hot picture for weeks, if not months, and I never get around to it. So, all right, Mark Shelton's back in on Jimmy. So, Luke, you're out. If anybody wants Bing, you better bid. Lisa has that for $55. I got to Steve Martin is The Lonely Guy, music from the original motion picture. That is sealed. I've never seen that before. $24.99. Luke's out on Jimmy, so Mark, you have that for $35, going once, going twice. Last call on the Bing Crosby. The Stan Getz Quartet, Pure Jets, $19.99. Loretta Lynn, You're Looking at Country. I don't get that one too often. That's an original on Decca, $14.99. You're Looking at Country. I haven't had that one in a while. Buck Owens, Ruby. Buck Owens, $14.99. Buck Owens Live at the Nugget is $9.99. And Frank Sinatra, a collection of Sinatra's favorites. That's a personal compilation, $14.99. And Cabaret soundtrack, $14.99. Lisa Montgomery, first on Loretta Lynn. And Tommy Flowers, you're first on Buck. I know you probably want Ruby, but let me know if you want Live at the Nugget. I think you've told me before you're only looking for studio albums, but if you do want that one, it's yours. And Lisa Montgomery got Sinatra. Jim Nielsen, you were second. Frank Sinatra and Count Basie, It Might As Well Be Swing. That is $14.99. And Marshall Tucker Band, that one's called Where We All Belong. That one is $24.99. 2LP. And the Marshall Tucker Band, Long Hard Ride, $14.99. Tommy says he wants the live Buck Owens as well. All right, let's end these two auctions. The Jimi Hendrix 4-track is sold to Mark Shelton for $35. Thank you. That's really cool. And Lisa, you're also getting the Bing Crosby box set for $55. That's also sold to Lisa. Kevin Kubina gets Marshall Tucker. Let me grab a couple new Japanese auctions. I'll do the next two I had ready here. We had John Lennon, Mind Games. I don't recall having a Japanese press of this before. John Lennon, Mind Games. This is going to be a $45 start. Really nice cover. Really cool obi with the Mind Games that was used for the 7-inch single, that picture. Wow, look at this book that comes with it. That's a big book for just a regular album. It's got a Beatles, it's in Japanese, but it's got a John Lennon-like history. It starts in 1940 with his birth. There's the original inner sleeve with the English lyrics. And this is absolutely pristine. Mind Games is a $55 start. John Lennon, really cool Japanese pressing of that. John Lennon, Mind Games. That is a $45 start. And we have some classic rock here. Foreigner Double Vision. Foreigner Double Vision is a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now. Near mint, pristine, Foreigner Double Vision. There's the Japanese insert. Cover's really nice. Blue obi. $35 start for that. Dick Gregory in Living in Black and White. $14.99. Orson Welles, War of the Worlds. That is $29.99. Glenn Campbell, Southern Nights. $9.99. Now that is one of my favorite Glenn Campbell songs. Southern Nights. Ray Manzarek. You may have heard of him. He was in the band called The Doors. $19.99. He was the keyboardist. A heck of a one, to say the least. Carmina Burana, Ray Manzarek. That is $19.99. And we have Ocean Drive, Volume 1. This looks like a compilation. It is $16.99. You have Sam and Dave, Archie Bell and the Drells, the Drifters, the Clovers, the Tramps, the Coasters, Clyde McPhatter, more Archie Bell, more Drifters, Barbara Lewis, the Tramps. That is $16.99. And last is Ocean Drive, Volume 2. So two of those. They're both $16.99. Jim Nielsen bid 39 on Foreigner. Mark bid 35. John Humphrey bid 45 on John Lennon. Lisa Montgomery was first of the Glenn Campbell. Pam second. Clay Moore third. Alice fourth. Mark Shelton's at 40 on Foreigner. 40 on, wow, that's a tongue twister. 40 on Foreigner and 45 on John Lennon. Going once, going twice. Jeff McMaster wants Ocean Drive 1 and 2. Let me read you what's left in this bin. There's some good stuff. This is our last bin of new arrivals. I'm going to do some 45s next because I have a feeling y'all are going to like these. Ray Manzarek is sold to Wolves Council. Jim Nielsen is at 41 on Double Vision. So final call on Mind Games. John Humphrey has that for 45. Here's what's left. Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. I think this is actually the spoken word, you know, if you know what this is, Howard Koch. This guy in 1938 started reading War of the Worlds, the Orson Welles novel, live on the radio. And people thought literally the aliens were invading Earth. And it caused mass chaos for a while. People were listening to him read this, and it caused chaos for a while. That's a true story. This is the actual complete radio broadcast, I think. $29.99. That's what that is, if you hear me. Then there's another album that has music on it, like I think Peter Gabriel's doing. There's a different one as well, but the original broadcast that panicked the nation. That's what that is. If you ever see me show that, I don't think I've ever explained that for quite some time, but that's what this is. And his name was, I think, Howard. Radio play by Howard Koch. Yeah, broadcast use of this record is profit prohibited. Okay, so it's just not saying rebroadcast it. The actual broadcast by the Mercury Theater on the air as heard over Columbia Broadcast System, CBS, October 30th, 1938. That's what that is. Sold to Jeff McMaster. Then there's another album, like I said, and it has like music with it. I think Peter Gabriel's doing a song on there. It may be Peter Gabriel. David Essex. Somebody maybe can back me up on that. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Okay, Mark Shelton. Where are we at? Mark Shelton is back in on Foreigner at $42. Mark Shelton's back in on Foreigner at $42. He says he's out. You are actually the high bidder right now. Unless somebody's bidding and I can't see it. Mark, I've got you at 42. Jim Nielsen's at 41. And we can go ahead and sell this to John Humphrey. 45. Yeah, John Humphrey got that for 45. Thank you. That's sold to him. Jim's at 45 on Foreigner. Mark says he's out. Okay, maybe those just didn't come in at the right time. So, Jim, you're at 45 on Foreigner. That's going twice, going 3 times to you. And let's get another one started before I start showing some 45s, because we get pretty wrapped up in those. Man, we got some good stuff in here. Led Zeppelin, George Harrison, Clapton, T-Rex. Wow, I hadn't put this up yet. Oh my gosh. Huh. I had an 8-hour drive down the Mississippi, so I listened to a lot of albums. I have some of the albums I always listen to when I'm traveling. This made the cut. I think I listened to it on the way down there. Yeah. That's a good way to pass about 45 minutes. Listen to some of your favorite albums. So, Tears for Fears, Song from the Big Chair. This is a $75 start. It is absolutely pristine. Tears for Fears, Song from the Big Chair. Shout, The Working Hour. Everybody wants to rule the world. Mother's Talk, I Believe, Broken, Head Over Heels, and listen, this transition here is awesome. Mother's Talk, it's just unbelievable. Okay, that's a $75 start. There's the insert for it. We've sold these for well over 100 before, especially these nice ones that's complete. Yeah, very nice here. So these Japanese pressings, I've compared multiple copies, the remaster, the new reissue, the US. This one sounds really good. It is quieter than the US pressing for sure. And I like the way it's mixed. It is mixed really well. So, Tears for Fears, Jim Nielsen, Final Call on Foreigner, and John Humphrey's at 80 on that. That is a top copy of that. Did I ever read through these one more time? I don't think I did. Dick Gregory, Marshall Tucker, Count Basie, Cabaret, Stan Getz, Steve Martin soundtrack, Lonely Guy. 1941 soundtrack, The Judds, George Jones, Frank Sinatra, Chris Christopherson, Lee Konitz and Gary Mulligan, Robert Cray, Benson and Farrell, Al Jarreau, Rod Stewart, Play It Again with Phelan, Dean Martin's Greatest Hits, Michael and Rabin, Pete Townsend. Let's go through some 45s. The only other thing I have that's new, I could go through the new vinyl for tonight. I could go back through crates we showed earlier. Did I show this crate with Bay City Rollers? Yeah, I guess I did. I guess I'm just surprised no one bought them. Final call on Tears for Fears. When I come back, I'm going to sell both of those if there's not any new bids. Oh, I had more new vinyl here that I didn't put on sale. That's okay. We'll do it another time. Let me grab... let me just put this crate back up here. Actually, I got to make me a table so I can put this other box of 45s up here. There's the stuff that didn't sell earlier. Here's the surprise of the night so far for 45s. A promotional copy of Fleetwood Mac Little Lies, 1999. All right, let me grab these 45. There's a bunch of them. I'm going to start with, we'll just start with the whole box. Start with the whole box. The Judds was Why Not Me, I think. This would be a good time for me to be able to elevate my camera. No, it's not Christmas 45s. At one time, it was full of Christmas 45s. Okay, John Humphrey gets the Tears for Fears for 80. And Jim Nielsen gets Foreigner Double Vision for 45. I'll grab a couple in just a second. Let me go ahead and show a handful of 45s, though. If I can grab them. These things get slippery. The Judds was $24.99, I think. $99.99. This is Jerry Lee Lewis. I don't know how I want to show these. Yeah, all right. I'm trying not to show anything before anybody can see it. Jerry Lee Lewis. This is a 1958 Original Sun, VG Plus on the vinyl, EP in the original sleeve. That's tough to find. The album is tougher to find. $99.99, Jerry Lee Lewis. This is really cool. Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone, Gates of Eden. $29.99. That's a 1966 Spanish pressing. Like a Rolling Stone, Gates of Eden. Bob Dylan, $29.99. John Waite, Missing You. Wow, that was a hit. $6.99 in picture sleeve. Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night. $7.99 picture sleeve. Styx, Don't Let It End. $7.99 picture sleeve. Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen, Roll Your Own, promotional copy, not for sale, $4.99. Creedence, Sweet Hitchhiker, and Door to Door, $5.99. Creedence Clearwater, Tearing Up the Country, Someday Never Comes, $4.99. Ooh, King Crimson, In the Court of the Crimson King. That's a radio station's markings all over it. $24.99. Creedence Clearwater, Run Through the Jungle, $4.99. This is a good one. Oh, the next one's good too. Oh my gosh. Some of these, can I buy some of these? Grateful Dead, Truckin'. Green Warner Brothers in the original sleeve, $19.99. Grateful Dead, Truckin'. Man, should I show y'all this? I don't think I have this one. Oh, wow. Okay. Too late. The Monkees, Pleasant Valley Sunday and Words. I don't think I have that one. $14.99. The Monkees, Pleasant Valley Sunday. And I'll go ahead and show two more Monkees. If you're first, you'll get a good opportunity to get all three. The Monkees, Teardrop City. A Man Without a Dream. I don't have that one either. $14.99. And I have this one. This is one of my favorites. The Monkees, I'm a Believer, and I'm Not Your... What two great songs, probably my favorites by the Monkees. I'm a Believer and I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, all on the same 45. That's $14.99. We got some tagging to do. First, Carol Puckett says, how much was Jerry? Jerry Lee Lewis was $99.99. VG Plus, really nice sleeve, original 1958 Memphis Sun label, $99.99. Paul Brothers wants John. That was John Waite, Missing You. That sold to Paul Brothers. Jason F. was second. Then Dandy, a.k.a. Toby Grimm, gets King Crimson. We got it in the original Atlantic Company sleeve, too. That sold to Vin Dandy. Jeff McMaster was first to GD. That's Grateful Dead, Jeff McMaster. Brian Hummel was second. Arm Lazelle was third. Jason Hood wants the Monkees, Pleasant Valley Sunday. He got the one that I wanted. That sold to Jesse Hood. And Paul Brothers said CCR bundle. Sure. So I've got two Monkees left. I'm a Believer, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, and Teardrop City. And then we got 1, 2, 3. Wow, we still got... So let me go through what's left there. Jerry Lee Lewis, High School Confidential, Matchbox. Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone. Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night. Styx, Don't Let It In. And Commander Cody. That's what's left. And these three CCRs, 5, 5, and 6, I'll make them 4, 4, and... Let's make them 4, 4, and 5. Let's make them $12. $12. $12 for those three. Okay, and then the Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah, we'll take a closer look at it because it's a little bit more expensive. No seam splits, which is very common for this. Actually, there's a weird one. There's a weird seam split in an odd place right down here at the bottom. It's not a split, it's just a mark. There's Jerry. That's Jerry and Sam Phillips. This is from 1958, early in his career. I mean, this is like one of his first... It's definitely his first EP. This is in really nice condition, too. I mean, it's VG Plus, but VG Plus for this, especially the condition of the label, very nice. I've seen some beat-up ones. He said sold. That was 12 for the 3 CCRs. Thank you. All right. Yeah, this we got a copy of the album somewhere in the back. It's extremely difficult to find a good... If you ever find an original press of that in like near mint condition, you truly have something rare. Okay, next stack of 45s. I'm telling y'all, we got like 300 or 400 in here to go through. Styx, Mr. Roboto, picture sleeve, $6.99. Do They Know It's Christmas? $9.99, picture sleeve. Dolly, 9 to 5, Odd Jobs, picture sleeve, $9.99. Elvis Presley, Good Luck Charm, Anything That's Part of You, $19.99. The Rainy Days, that Acapulco Gold, that is in the original uni sleeve, $7.99. Paul Revere and the Raiders, Happening 68. White label promo, that is $4.99. Joe Cocker, Delta Lady on the Regal Zonophone label. That's the original. She's So Good to Me. That is $19.99. Joe Cocker on the Regal Zonophone. Jimi Hendrix, Angel. That is $19.99. And this one's pretty cool. Jimi Hendrix, Band of Gypsies, Stepping Stone, and Isabella, white label promo, $49.99. That is not easy to get. Elvis, Burning Love. It says not for sale. Red gold standard label, $9.99. Nielsen, Me and My Arrow, is $6.99. Michael Jackson, Human Nature, from the #1 album, Thriller. That is $9.99. And The Police, Synchronicity Volume 2. That's a good song. $9.99 on that. Lisa Montgomery wants Dolly, 9 to 5, and Odd Jobs. And Paul Brothers wants Do They Know It's Christmas? So let's go through those one more time. Sting, Synchronicity, Police with Sting. Synchronicity Part 2, $19.99. Michael Jackson, Human Nature. Harry Nilsson, Elvis Presley. Jimi Hendrix, Joe Cocker, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Rainy Days, Elvis Presley, and Styx, Mr. Roboto. Those are all still available. Arm Lozelle wants the police. Let me go ahead and pull that before it gets stacked and buried. Synchronicity. Just what's his? Does it have the lyrics with it? Just another suburban. What's that first line? Just another suburban Monday or something like that. The Rolling Stones, Harlem Shuffle, 1999. That's a little flip pack, I think. Yeah, when I come back to it, if no one buys it right away, I'll open it up. Here's another early Jerry Lee Lewis. Old Black Joe, Sun 337, 14.99. That's from 1960. Jerry Lee Lewis, The Ballad of Billy Joe, 14.99. Suburban Family Morning. Thank you, Tommy. Jerry Lee Lewis, Loving Up a Storm. That's $14.99. Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. White Label Promo, $9.99. John Culleton Mahoney, The Ballad of Evel Knievel. The Ballad of Evel Knievel, $9.99. I got some random styrofoam packing peanuts. We got those things everywhere. Ooh, Bobby Boris Pickett, Monster Holiday and Monster Minute. He's the same guy who did the Monster Mash. That's $9.99. NRBQ, Me and the Boys People, $14.99. The Romantics, Test of Time, $6.99. Leadbelly, Classics in Jazz, Part 1. Wow. That is $19.99. Leadbelly, original Capitol EP. Dry Bones, Features and Favorites of the Delta Rhythm Boys. That's an EP box set, it looks like. $19.99. The Kinks, Father Christmas. I feel like I'm on Austin Powers. Father, $6.99. And the Rolling Stones, We Love You. Dandelion. Whoa, that's one of my favorites. That's the A-side. Dandelion, $9.99. That's a classic one there. Okay, let's get caught up in the comments. First, we have Arm Lozelle with the police. John Humphrey asked, how much was Elvis Burning Love? John, it was $9.99. Then Tillman asked, what was the Mr. Roboto price? Tillman, it was $6.99. If you want that, it's yours. If not, Brian Brickle wants it. So, Tanner, I'll lay that one right there in pending. Then Carol Puckett says, Jerry Lee Lewis. There was actually 3 of them. There was 3 Jerry Lee Lewis here on the Sun label. There was 3. So let me know if you want all 3 of those. Next was Jerry Lewis, Ralph Smith, Human Nature. I'm not for sure what that means. And then Paul Brothers on Meatloaf. So that's for sure next. Lisa Montgomery got Leadbelly and Dry Bones. To Lisa Montgomery. Jim Nielsen on the Kinks, Father Christmas. No, these are not. These are all near mint. These, if we're putting out 45s, these are like unplayed. The only one that's check condition so far is the Jerry Lee Lewis. Carol Puckett wants the Stones. Yeah, Dandelion looks unplayed. It's in the original sleeve too. That's incredible. That's from 66, I think, 66, 67. John Humphrey wants the Elvis Burning Love. That was over here in this other stack right here. That's so did John Humphrey, Elvis Burning Love. Tillman says he'll take the sticks. I'll put it on top of Elvis. And Carol says yes to all 3 Jerry Lee Lewis. 1, 2, 3. Human Nature is the Michael Jackson one. Okay. Yes. That was a new buyer, I believe. Ralph Smith, Human Nature. You were a little behind there. That's why I wasn't for sure what you were claiming. Ralph Smith, if this is what you're wanting, just say yes, sold. I'll know you're still on because I think you're a first-time buyer, and I need to give you some instructions on how to pay us and how to get your invoice. But I'll make sure you're watching first. So here's what's left in this stack. There's not much left in this stack. The Romantics Test of Time picture sleeve. And by the way, a lot of these are promo copies, and I'm not even making mention of it just because we're going through so many. So you may get some bonuses. NRBQ, Me and the Boys People. I think People's the B-side. It's Me and the Boys and People, NRBQ. That's $14.99 picture sleeve. The Bobby Pickett in the parrot sleeve, that's $9.99. The Ballad of Evel Knievel, $9.99. And let me show you what the Stones look like. The Rolling Stones Harlem Shuffle, and unfortunately has some sticker residue on it. But yeah, it opens up, yeah, into a poster. That's what I thought. I knew it did something. It opens up into a poster. Harlem Shuffle. And that is actually a Holland. That's a Holland press. That is $19.99. All right, let's grab another stack. Jerry Pinnick takes the Rolling Stones. All right. Well, this is a good box. Can y'all see? Let me show you what I'm pulling these out of. That's what's still left. We've probably went through a fifth of them. Chris Crowley was second on that Stones. Carol Puckett was third. Oh. I got to get this balanced. I'm also doing acts of center of gravity measurements too to get all this balanced. Okay. Let me also take a drink of some Bang. It's going to be hard to do auctions during these just because it's difficult to do it. So, Willie Nelson, Sweet Memories, $6.99. Rainbow, Since You've Been Gone. Since You've Been Gone. That's a double-sided white label promo from Rainbow, $7.99. Quiet Riot. Here's another one of these. Mama, We're All Crazy Now. Quiet Riot, $9.99. Van Morrison, Blue Money and Sweet Thing. That's a green label. Warner Brothers, $6.99. Nazareth, Holiday. That's a double-sided promo, $4.99. This one's cool. Jethro Tull, Ring Out Solstice Bells. The Christmas song, that's like a Jethro Tull Christmas 7-inch. That's an original UK, $24.99. Jethro Tull. They reissued this, I think, before. This is an original. It just looks pristine. Elton John, Step Into Christmas. Y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but I heard that for the first time in my life over the weekend. Earlier this week, I guess I should say. I don't know why I'd never heard that before. It's a great song, Step Into Christmas. Elton John, $9.99. We Wish You a Merry Christmas. This is a Radio Shack Special Collector's Edition. Julie Andrews, Vic Damone, Marian Anderson, and Jack Jones, $4.99. Bing Crosby and Carol Richards, Silver Bells, $4.99. Ooh. Depeche Mode, Never Let Me Down. Again, $19.99 for Depeche Mode. Slayer, When the Stillness Comes, 7-inch picture disc, $19.99. I'm going to show these all at once. They are $19.99. We have The Gremlins, story number 3. We also have story number 4 and 2 copies of story number 5. The last 3 are sealed. They've never been opened. And then story number 3 is opened. It's near mint, $14.99. So we got 4 Gremlins. The 3 sealed ones are $19.99, and the open one is $14.99. This is Escape from the Gremlins, Gremlins Trapped, The Last Gremlins, and The Last Gremlins. So we have story 3, 4, and 2 copies of the sealed ones. And by the way they sealed these, story number 5 isn't too bad, but some of them, they get kind of warped looking. I don't think they're actually, yeah, these are perfectly fine. Story number, yeah, I think it's the book, definitely not the record, but it's just where it's been shrink wrapped so long. But I think they're fine. All right, let's go back through those comments. We have, first is Richard Davis on The Quiet Riot. Richard Davis on QR. Grant Peltzer was second. Sherry Darnell on Van Morrison. Sherry Darnell on Van Morrison. Depeche Mode, DM. That's for Jason F. Depeche Mode, Jason F. Edward on JT. That's Jethro Tull. Tanner, that one was $24.99. Jethro Tull, JT. Arm Lozelle, you were second on Depeche Mode. Paul Brothers on Silver. That's Silver Bells. We've all heard that before. That's Paul Brothers. And Richard Davis wants Gremlins 5. Richard, I'll give you that one right there. The sealed Gremlin. That's a pretty cool one in the car. That's sealed. That's sold to Richard Davis. If that's what you wanted, I think it was. So here's what's left in that stack. We Wish You a Merry Christmas, $4.99. Elton John, Step Into Christmas, $9.99. Nazareth Holiday, $4.99. Rainbow is $7.99. White Label Promo. Willie Nelson, Sweet Memories, $6.99. That's also a promo copy. Then we have the 3 Gremlins. And Wolf Council wants Slayer. And Rich Group, we've already sold Jethro Tull. We're going to be shipping out a lot of 45s next week. Because I think we're going to have some more for tomorrow night as well. So John just found all these in the back. Just randomly going through collections we've bought. A long time ago, Seth went through the back, the same place, and he picked out like 5 milk crates full of like just hit songs and stuff he recognized. Especially a lot of 90s country, Nirvana, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Those have been in storage in what we call our office for like 6 months now, untouched. There's like 5, there's 3 crates, and then I think a big box in our eBay room too. So a lot of really good 45s to go through. So Matt Ketron said he'll take the 3 Gremlins. I was waiting for somebody to just go ahead and take all 3 of those. Now you got to find the other ones, Matt. I may have them somewhere in the back, but you get story 3, 4, 5. I don't know if there's any after 5, but we definitely know there's a 1 and 2. So, would you take 22 for the Monkeys' Last Train and Pleasant Valley? I got. So you want Last Train and Pleasant Valley. So are you saying there's one left you want? Last Train. The 2 monkeys I have left is Teardrop City and I'm a Believer Not Your Stepping Stone. You got Pleasant Valley Sunday for, I think it was $14.99. Okay, let's go through this next stack. We got Bing Crosby, Silent Night, $4.99. Dick and Dee Dee, The Mountains High, $4.99. The Dale Vikings, Come Go With Me, $4.99. Bing Crosby, White Christmas, $4.99. Buddy Knox, Love, I Got You, and Lovely Dovey, $3.99. Bing Crosby, Silent Night, $4.99. Bing Crosby, Silent Night, $4.99. Sam Cooke, Frankie and Johnny, and Cool Train, Sam Cooke, original RCA, $14.99. Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth. Wow, I know that one just by reading the title, $7.99. Loverboy, This Could Be the Night, $6.99. Pretenders, Back on the Chain Gang, $7.99. Eurythmics, Here Comes the Rain Again, $7.99. Heart, Alone, $7.99. The Eagles, Please Come Home for Christmas. White Snake, Is This Love? White Snake is $9.99. Elton John, Candle in the Wind, very cool, $7.99. Bryan Adams, Heaven, $7.99. Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine, $7.99. Cyndi Lauper, All Through the Night, is $7.99. And Duran Duran, Union of the Snake. Duran Duran, Union of the Snake, $9.99. That's from 1983. We got some catching up to do. First new comment was Lisa Montgomery for Bing Crosby. And she wants Silent Night. And the first one was Silent Night. Yep, so there's Silent Night for Lisa Montgomery. Chad Williams was next. What's the B-side of that? Okay, not White Christmas. So, yeah, we got multiple copies of... No, there's another Silent Night. Silent Night, Silent Night. Wasn't there a White Christmas, though? Wait a minute. Maybe they're all Silent Nights. Maybe I'm just crazy. This one is White Christmas. Yeah. Okay, so let me lay that one up there. So I can also give Chad Williams a Silent Night. They're all pretty much identical. Same sleeves. We've got no telling how many of those. Okay, there's one for Chad Williams, and then Clay Moore on DV. DV was the Dale Vikings, maybe. On Dot, that's for Clay Moore. Jason F on White Christmas. That is so did Jason. That's the next one there. Lisa Montgomery also on Silent Night, and that's the one I have her tagged for, right? Yep. Okay, next was Jason F also on a Silent Night. I have one left. There's one for Jason F. Paul Brothers on Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Next was Jason F on the Eurythmics. Sorry, I meant 22, I'm a Believer, and Pleasant Valley Sunday. Okay, give me a second, I'll come back to that. Richard Davis got the White Snake. Richard Davis on White Snake. Jason F first on Elton John. Jason F first on Elton John. That has to be Candle in the Wind. Yep. Lisa, you were second. Paul Brothers first on Heart. Paul Brothers first on Heart. Grant, you were second on White Snake. Jason F first on Duran Duran. Jim Nilsson on Katrina and the Waves. Carol, the Eagles, Please Come Home for Christmas was $9.99. B-side is Funky New Year. Paul Brothers on CL, that's Cyndi Lauper. And Lisa, I don't have any more White Christmas. That was it on that one. Okay, so here's what's left, because Carol is taking the Eagles. We have Bryan Adams' Heaven. That was a big song. So is Back on the Chain Gang. Those are both $7.99. Loverboy is $6.99. Sam Cooke, Frankie and Johnny, and then we got Buddy Knox and Dick and Dee Dee. Next handful. Let me get them kicked around here. I see some more picture sleeves. That's always cool. Jan Hammer, the Miami Vice theme, $9.99. Duran Duran, New Moon on Monday, $9.99. Julie Brown, Trapped in the Body of a White Girl, $5.99. The Top Gun anthem from Top Gun. John says, you might want to auction this. Do we need to auction it? He didn't put a price on it. $5 start. The Top Gun anthem. This is the Harold Faltermeyer classic score. You may can hear it in your head. I know I can from hearing it so much. Top Gun anthem is a $5 start. We'll auction that one. Richard Davis wants Bryan Adams. Let me lay it back here with Michael Jackson. Let's see here. Richard Davis. Let me get that from the last crate before we get too deep. There he is. There's Bryan. All right, sell that to Richard Davis. Let me show a few more, and then we'll start tagging. Steve Miller Band, Shangri-La, $7.99. Bananarama, The Wildlife, $6.99. Huey Lewis and the News, If This Is It, $6.99. Rick Springfield, Love Somebody, $7.99. David Bowie, Let's Dance, $9.99. Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody, $9.99. Tears for Fears, Shout, $9.99. Ooh. Duran Duran, Rio. That's cool. $14.99. Steve Perry, Oh Sherry, $6.99. Oh my gosh, this is some great stuff. Rolling Stones, Start Me Up, $9.99. Donna Summer, Last Dance with the jukebox strip, $7.99. Robert Palmer, Simply Irresistible. That's just $5.99. And George Michael, Father Figure. We sold one of those earlier. George Michael is $9.99. Okay, so let's go back up to the top. The last thing I called off was Richard Davis for Bryan Adams. He was first to the Miami Vice theme. Richard Davis was first to that, the Miami Vice theme. Jason F., you were second. Jason F. was first on this Duran Duran. And then John Stevens on JB. That was Julie Brown. John Stevens got Julie Brown. Then we have Top Gun. We had Claymore at 5, Chad at 7, Debbie at 5, Bert at 5, Bert at 8. Of course, I hadn't got nowhere near the bottom yet, but Bert was at 8. Jason F. was first to David Bowie, Let's Dance. David Bowie, Let's Dance. That is sold to Jason F. Lisa Montgomery was first to the Whitney Houston. I Just Want to Dance with Somebody. R.M. Lazelle on TF. I think that was Tears for Fears. That sold to R.M. Lazelle. Paul Brothers, you were second on Bowie. Jim Nielsen, you were second on Shout. Jason F., you were third. Grant Peltzer on SP. SP. That was not George Michael, not Robert Palmer, not Donna Summer, not the Rolling Stones. That was Steve Perry for Grant Peltzer. Carol Puckett, first on the Rolling Stones. Carol Puckett first on the Rolling Stones. Paul Brothers was second. Jason F., first to that George Michael. He was second to the one earlier. And Bill Fratsky was second, and Richard Davis was first on Duran Duran. And Tanner, that's the last one, $14.99 on Duran Duran. Let's do a final call on the Top Gun. Top Gun was Burt Jordan's for $8. Final call. Top Gun Anthem. Let's see what the back of the sleeve looks like. They actually made a series of these. It's pretty cool if you have them all laid out. I think Seth has them all. Big Top Gun guy. They made almost like matching picture sleeves for all the singles and hit songs from that original film. It's pretty cool. This is one of them. I don't know if he has that one. He should be watching though, right? Let's go back through those. So we have Top Gun, Final Call, $8. We have Rick Springfield for $7.99, Love Is Somebody. Huey Lewis, If This Is It, $6.99. Bananarama, The Wildlife, that was $6.99. Steve Miller Band was $7.99. And Robert Palmer was $5.99. And then Donna Summer is $3.99. All right, let's grab another handful. You got to have strong. Well, you can't beat the slipperiness of these. Let me grab them with both hands. Man. All right, have I missed anything? I don't think so. Okay, I'm about to sell Burt Jordan Top Gun for $8. Blue Oyster Cult, Burning for You. That is $9.99. Monkey. George Michael, Monkey, $9.99. Cool in the Gang, Cherish, $4.99. George Michael, Look at Your Hands, $9.99. Yep, I thought that was George Michael. George Michael, Kissing a Fool, $9.99. Dire Straits, Walk of Life, with the faded Walmart price tag, $9.99. Wow, Whitesnake, Here I Go Again, $9.99. I Want Your Sex, George Michael, $9.99. This one I thought about keeping, but I used it in the hot picture. Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds, the Elton John Band, $9.99. Very cool, never seen that. Heart, These Dreams, $7.99. The Band, Time to Kill, The Shape I'm In. The Band, Time to Kill, and The Shape I'm In, $9.99. The Beach Boys, Cotton Fields, and The Nearest Faraway Place, $6.99. Fleetwood Mac, World in Harmony, $19.99. The Green Manalashi. Here's another copy, The Green Manalashi. How do you say that? That's early Fleetwood Mac. Those are white label promos. Fleetwood Mac, Man of the World, $19.99. Fleetwood Mac, Remember Me. Wow, these are all early. That's a Christine McVie song, Dissatisfied. That might be her on there. $19.99. Fleetwood Mac, For Your Love. And here's a good one. Fleetwood Mac, Oh Well, Part 1 and Part 2. $9.99. Okay, now we got some tagging to do. First, let's go ahead and do Top Gun for Burt Jordan for $8. The next new comment was... It starts with Richard Davis, BOC. Richard Davis. So Burt Jordan got Top Gun for $8. Richard Davis got BOC. Jason F. was first to George Michael. There was a bunch here. Did he let us know which one? I'm going to give you Monkey. George Michael, Monkey. But there was like, well, they were pretty close. Okay, well, yeah, I guess he kind of gets dibs on those. He wants Monkey and I Want Your Sex. Interesting combo of words there. Yeah, that's about the easiest way I can do that because those were all pretty close together. So Jason, even though probably at the time he was claiming Monkey, there was several close together, so he'll get that one too. Jim Nielsen, you were second on Blue Oyster Cult. Bill Fratsky gets George Michael, Look, which was this one. That goes to Bill Fratsky. Richard Davis, first on the White Snake. Here I go again. Calvin Ward, you were second. Probably could auction a couple of those. Bill Frasky, you were second on the George Michael, I Want Your Sex. And Paul Brothers put IPPLP. I wonder what that could be. Maybe that was just a mess up. Grant was next on White Snake, then Paul Brothers. Stacy first to, Stacy was first to Elton John. And that was Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds. That sold to Stacy Metternich. And Typo. And I would leave my name. Carlene, there's one George Michael left, Kissing a Fool. You left your room at the wrong time. We hardly ever get this stuff in, and we just had 5 in a row, I think. So, what's the beast? Let me show what's left. We got an extraordinary collection here of white label and promo copies of Fleetwood Mac singles. And I think there's more coming up. So let me just, I was going to offer somebody a bundle deal on those, but let me see what's left in the box. So let me just set those aside unless somebody for sure wants to claim one right now. We have the Beach Boys. Here's what's left. George Michael is sold to Carlene. We have Cotton Fields, the Beach Boys, $6.99. The Band, Time to Kill, Shape I'm In, $9.99. Then we had Heart, These Dreams, $7.99. Cool and the Gang, Cherish was $4.99. And Dire Straits, Walk of Life. And the B-side is One World, 1985. That's singles from Brothers in Arms. Green Manalashi. I don't know how you say that. I know, was it Judas? Somebody covered it. I had it one time for a single. This is $19.99. It's a Warner Brothers white label promo or reprise. World and Harmony. I've got 2 of those. Man of the World, Dissatisfied, For Your Love, Oh Well. 10 for NRBQ. Yes, but let me come back to that because the way I have everything stacked right now, it's like a balancing act. So I've got a system going. Metalishi. Priest, yeah. I had the Priest 12-inch single Japanese press one time. Metalishi. All right. Fleetwood Mac, Rattlesnake Shake. I think that's the other one. So yeah, I'll bundle those together here in a minute, see if anybody wants those in a lot. Okay, new stack. Joe Cocker, St. Mary Infirmary Blues. That just don't roll out good with me. That is $9.99. Joe Cocker, The Letter, is $6.99. Credence, Hool, Stop the Rain. That sounded weird saying that. $4.99. Ernest Tubb, Christmas Island, $4.99. The Three Sons, Sleigh Ride, $4.99. Ernest Tubb, Blue Christmas, $4.99. Bobby Vinton, Songs of Christmas, $4.99. Lau Fulson, The Original Lonesome Christmas, Part 1, $4.99. Bing Crosby, White Christmas, $4.99. Bing Crosby, Silent Night, $4.99. Bing Crosby, White Christmas, $4.99. Season's Best. This is a Diana Shore Chevrolet promotional EP, $9.99. Okay, Stephanie Harder wants CCR. Let me find that. Stephanie Harder got CCR. Tommy Flowers wants both Ernest Tubb. That was these right here. That's Blue Christmas and Christmas Island. Lisa Montgomery first on Bing. And we had a run there. We had Bing Crosby White Christmas, Bing Crosby Silent Night, and another Bing Crosby White Christmas. So Lisa, which one were you needing? I forgot which one you got earlier. And then Tommy Flowers, I got you down for Tubb. And then Chad and Jim wants a Bing Crosby White Christmas. And then we still got a Silent Night. So here's probably what's going to be left. The Dinah Shore Season's Best Christmas EP. It's a Chevrolet promo. That's $9.99. Lau Fulson, The Original Lonesome Christmas. Bobby Vinton, Songs of Christmas. And then we had the Three Sons Sleigh Ride and then a couple Joe Cocker promos. The Letter from 1970 and that song. B-side is Pardon Me, Sir. Lisa wants a White Christmas. Okay, that's one of those. So Lisa's next, White Christmas. And then Chad gets one. And then Jim, we ran out, but I do have a Silent Night. And then Carol Puckett wants DS. That's the Dinah Shore. All right. We got about 2 more handfuls left of the 45s, I think. We've probably going to end up selling most of this entire box, which is great. Thanks, everybody who's still tuned in. I told y'all, great 45s. Ray Parker Jr., Christmas Time is Here, $4.99. The Little Drummer Boy, the Harry Simone Coracle, $9.99, picture sleeve. The Chipmunks, the Chipmunk Song, and Sleigh Ride, $4.99. Ooh, this is cool. The Beach Boys, Little Saint Nick, that's one of my favorites. The Lord's Prayer is the B-side. Beach Boys, that's a star line. Another, Do They Know It's Christmas? $9.99. Walt Disney's Johnny Shiloh, Drummer Boy, $9.99. Vapors, Biz Markie. And Biz Markie's the artist. Biz is Going Off. That is $29.99. Ooh. Van Halen, 1984, and Panama. I'll do that one for $19.99. A Disneyland record, Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. 1964, The Wellingtons, $34.99. Grateful Dead, Good Lovin', $14.99. Dobie Gray, Drift Away. That's a good one, $6.99. Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky, white label promo, $19.99. Joe Cocker, Edge of a Dream from Teachers, $7.99. And Eddie Grant's Romancing the Stone, taken from Going for Broke, $7.99. Okay. Lisa Montgomery on BB. BB was Beach Boys. All right. Lisa Montgomery first to the Beach Boys. Paul Brothers first on the Chipmunks. Chad Williams was second. Richard Davis first on the Van Halen, 1984, in Panama. On that one. Calvin Ward was second. Grant Peltzer was third. Jason F. was first to Norman Greenbaum. Jim Nielsen, you were second. Okay, so several still left in that. Eddie Grant. So here's what's left. Eddie Grant, Joe Cocker, Dobie Gray, Drift Away. Grateful Dead, Good Lovin'. A couple Disneyland records, Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, Biz Markie, Johnny Shiloh, Do They Know It's Christmas, Little Drummer Boy, and Ray Parker Jr. I do have some more on the counter, so this is the end of the box, but I forgot I had some loose stacks. So give me a second. After this, I do have more, so don't go anywhere. Joe Cocker, High Time We Went, $7.99. Bob Dylan, On a Night Like This, white label, double-sided promo, $9.99. The Doors, Ships with Sails, $9.99. Commander Cody, Watch My 38, $5.99. Seersucker, $9.99. Prince, You Got the Look, $9.99. Louis Armstrong, Hi Ho, $9.99. David Allan Coe, Now's the Time, and David Allan Coe, The Great Nashville Railroad Disaster. Those are both $9.99. Carol Puckett on the Grateful Dead from the last stack. Let me find it right here. Good Lovin'. Jim Nelson says, no audio now. Is this on? Test. Yep, my mic is on. Jim, I think that's on your end. But you can't hear me, though, so. Someone say, that's on your end. All right. I think some of these I showed last night, but I can't remember. Yeah, we definitely hadn't shown these because there's one in here that would have already sold. Let me do some cleanup first before. First, let me show these Fleetwood Mac. Okay, these were mostly 19 and 9. Yeah, so we'll do, let's see. let me pull out one of these green Manalishis, so somebody don't get two of those in your bundle. 15, 15, 15, 15, so 30, 60, 70, and this one that was 24, I'll do it for 15 too. 95, and I'll throw in this duplicate green Manalishi. So if anybody wants these Fleetwood Mac, they're all white label promos except Oh Well, which I like that one. That's a great guitar song. Peter Green, $100, and that buys 1, 2, 3. That's on DJM, Man of the World, 1969 Fleetwood Mac. These are some early Fleetwood Mac. Mostly all promos except that one. That is 100 for those. All right, let me put these back in the box. Now let me put these in the back of the box so I can grab them. I'll start with this handful. And I think this stack here we may have shown last night, but I'll go through it one more time. That'll be the last stack. I think these I have not gone through. Okay, we have Tanya Tucker, Call on Me, $9.99. Daddy and Home. Dean Martin, Valar, and Out of My Mind, $3.99. Dean Martin. Frank Sinatra, The September of My Years, That's Life, $3.99. Talent Roundup and the Merry Mouseketeers, the official Mickey Mouse Club. That's on red vinyl. That's an early Mickey Mouse Club single, record, top deal. $19.99. George Harrison promo, This Is Love, $12.99. Chicago, Hard Habit to Break, $6.99. Charles Brown, Merry Christmas Baby, $4.99. Paul Simon, Graceland, $4.99. Erasure, Oh L'Amour, and that's a double-sided promo, $4.99. Golden Earring, Twilight Zone, $4.99. Fleetwood Mac, Big Love, $9.99. Whitesnake, Still of the Night. I think we've had all three singles from their '86 album. $6.99 for Still of the Night. Van Halen, Love Walks In. That is a double-sided promo, $19.99. This is really cool. Disneyland's Main Street Electrical Parade picture disc, Part 1, $24.99. Look at that. That was sold at Disneyland. It has an original Disneyland price tag on it. It was $1.59, 1973. Has a Disneyland price tag on it, $24.99. That was sold at Disneyland. Aldo Nova, we sold this earlier. Somebody put it back. Fantasy picture sleeve, $6.99. Alabama, Carolina Mountain Dew is $3.99. Bruce Springsteen, Hungry Heart, $9.99. The Shades is $39.99. And John Travolta, All Strung Out on You, Easy Evil, from his latest album, Can't Let You Go, $7.99 for Travolta. Okay, back to the top. Bill Fratsky on Chicago. Bill Fratsky on Chicago, Hard Habit to Break. Next is Jason F. on Erasure. Erasure to Jason F. Jesse Hood on Frank Sinatra. Sinatra was right in here. That's sold to Jesse Hood. Grant Peltzer, first to Whitesnake. Still of the Night. Was that Still of the Night? Yeah, Still of the Night. That's sold to Grant Peltzer. Bill Fratsky, you were second. Calvin Ward was first on Van Halen. Tanner, that one was $19.99. Grant Peltzer was second. Richard Davis got the Aldo Nova. Aldo Nova. All right. I think I showed these last night, but let me go through them because it looks like there's some stuff selling that was in, I know the last couple in that stack was last night. So this is truly the last stack before I maybe go through, make some bundles, etc. The Declaration of Independence, read by John F. Kennedy, that was $9.99. Hall & Oates, Say It Isn't So and Kiss on My List, $6.99. The Archies, Everything's All Right, $7.99. NFL Memories, Kurt Gowdy, narration, $9.99. Cat Stevens, Wild World, $3.99. George Harrison, Dark Horse, 1974 promo, $34.99. Alice Cooper, white label promo to School's Out, $19.99. George Harrison, Bangladesh, $9.99. The Archies, Sunshine, $7.99. The Archies, Who's Your Baby, $7.99. Ricky Van Shelton, Slam That Door, $9.99. Billie Holiday, Lady Day, EP from Columbia, $19.99. The Carpenters, Merry Christmas Darling, $9.99. Herbie Hancock, Rocket, $6.99. We had the George Harrison, This Guitar promo from Extra Texture, 1975, $74.99. Creedence, Green River, $4.99. Alice Cooper, Billion Dollar Baby, $6.99. Charlie Daniels Whiskey, $6.99. George Harrison, You is $9.99. And Denise Williams, Let's Hear It for the Boy, $4.99. All righty. Next is Burt Jordan on Archie's Everything. Let me find that one. Archie's Everything. That's sold to Burt Jordan. Paul Brothers on Alice. Was that the School's Out promo? White label promo? If so, that's Paul Brothers. Lisa wants the Declaration of Independence and the Billie Holiday EP. Those are sold to Lisa. Jim Nielsen wants the Carpenters, Darling. Nope, that's Herbie Hancock. Carpenters, that's sold to Jim Nielsen. Burt also wants the other two Archies. Those are easy to find. They're on those Kirshner labels. Those are sold to Burt Jordan. Lisa Montgomery wants Denise Williams, Let's Hear It for the Boy. All righty. Now, we had a couple offers. Michael Jackson, Pretty Young Thing, and Human Nature. And we're going to sell Jimmy Hopkins if I can find Jimmy Hodgkins. Sorry, Jimmy, your name is a challenge for me. That's why I call you Jimmy H usually. Let me find that NRBQ. Willie Nelson, Rainbow, Nazareth, Step Into Christmas, Sam & Cooke, Loverboy, Pretenders, Steve Miller Band, Rick Springfield. Was the NRBQ from that first batch tonight? That's another thing. It's very hard to go through these. Let's see what we got here. Fleetwood Mac, Billy Joel. There's Pretty Young Thing. Hank Williams Jr., Ice-T, Steve Earle, The Outfield, Queen. We maybe need to go through these. It looks like we got some different viewers than last time earlier. So let me go ahead and plus it'll help me stack these up better. Fleetwood Mac, Little Lies, $19.99. Billy Joel, You May Be Right, $5.99. Garth Brooks, The Friendly Beast, $9.99. Hank Williams Jr., Heaven Can't Be Found, $7.99. Ice-T, Colors, $24.99. Steve Earle, A Little Bit in Love, $14.99. The Outfield, Say It Isn't So, $9.99. Queen, A Kind of Magic, $29.99. And Queen, Radio Gaga, $34.99. Bangles, If She Knew What She Wants, $9.99. Aha, Stay on These Roads. Duran Duran, A View to a Kill, is $14.99. The Outfield, Every Time You Cry, $12.99. Sade, Never As Good as the First Time, $9.99. The Bangles, Manic Monday, and Joan Jett, Do You Want to Touch Me, $9.99 on that one. The Loverboy from earlier, let me find that. Grant Peltzer wants The Outfield. I'm trying to find NRBQ and Michael Jackson. I guess I'm going to have to just flip through all these again. 45s, after we put them in plastic sleeves, they're like impossible to flip through. I'm going to have to get the box. I'm going to have to get more in the box. So, okay, Grant Peltzer wants The Outfield. Grant, you kind of have dibs on two. I think you may just want that first one, but let me know. If not, Richard gets the second one, and Paul Brothers wants Sade. Oh, he did. I didn't see that. Outfield and Outfield. He did. Outfield and Outfield. So, yeah, and then Sade, and then Outfield again for Richard. Okay, so he got both of those, and then Sade goes to Paul Brothers, and I don't have any more Chipmunks. No, I don't have any Chipmunks albums either. We used to have all kinds of them, originals. Let me go through the rest of these. Just about 2 more handfuls. And I think we've went through these twice now. All right. We got Johnny Cash. Lady Came from Baltimore. And Lady Came from Baltimore, $4.99. Stevie Wonder, Ribbon in the Sky, $9.99. Glenn Fry, No Fun Allowed, $6.99. Sheila E. Cuckoo, $4.99. James Brown, How Do You Stop, $9.99. New Kids on the Block, Be My Girl, $9.99. The Standells, Dirty Water, $9.99. Shadows of Night, Shake, $9.99. The Bubble Puppy, Hot Smoke and Sassafras, $9.99. Joan Jett, Good Music, $12.99. Naked Eyes, What in the Name of Love, $6.99. Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Park, not the dark park. I think I said park. Spandau Ballet, Only When You Leave, $6.99. Martini Ranch, Reach, $5.99. And New Kids on the Block again, the same song. I'm on the hunt for a Michael Jackson and NRBQ. It must be in the other box because so far I'm not seeing it. Tina Turner, Typical Male, $6.99. Madonna is $14.99. That's Causing Commotion. Jose Feliciano, Feliz Navidad, $4.99. Heart, Nothing at All, $6.99. Now that's the definition of the 80s. Those colors, those squiggly lines, and their hair and their dress. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Mideast Vacation, $4.99. Alabama, Tennessee River. John was going to write something special. Oh, I know what he's going to write. I see it. It's on blue vinyl. He just didn't finish his thought. He does that sometimes. $9.99. The Trio, Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, Emmylou Harris, Those Memories of You, $9.99. Pet Shop Boys, Love Comes Quickly, $9.99. Culture Club, Miss Me Blind is $7.99. And Dwight Yoakam, It Won't Hurt, $9.99. Chad Williams wants Jose Feliciano, Feliz Navidad. And Clay Moore wants Alabama on the blue vinyl. Grant Peltzer takes the Pet Shop Boys. Anybody else? I still got to find Michael and NRBQ. Let me get these closer to me so I can flip through them. All right. I see Willie Nelson, Rainbow, Nazareth, Elton John, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Buddy Knox, Dick and Dee Dee, Sam Cooke, Loverboy. Loverboy is This Could Be the Night, $6.99 picture sleeve. Back on the Chain Gang, Pretenders, Donna Summer, Robert Palmer, Steve Miller Band, Bananarama, Huey Lewis, Rick Springfield, Dire Straits, Kool and the Gang, Heart, The Band, The Beach Boys, Bing Crosby, one of the last ones we got, Silent Night. Oh, he did. He was probably the one I was commenting on. Is that the one that I said looked very 80s? Let me figure out what I've done with that now. These things can go missing very quickly. Heart, yeah. Nothing at all. Calvin Ward does want the Loverboy. I do have View to a Kill. Yep, I'm probably about to read past it. Lau Fulson, Bobby Vinton, The Three Sons, Joe Cocker, Eddie Grant, Joe Cocker, Dobie Gray, Disney, Biz Markie, Johnny Shiloh, Do They Know It's Christmas, Little Drummer Boy, Ray Parker Jr. Grant, I think I already pulled Pet Shop Boys for you, didn't I? Didn't I already pull Pet Shop Boys for them? I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. Fleetwood Mac, 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 Joe Cocker, Bob Dylan, The Doors, Commander Cody, Seersucker, Prince, Louis Armstrong, David Allan Coe. There is the other Michael Jackson. Jason F. wanted both of these for a bundle deal. I will take $20 for both of them. Sticker price is $25. That's the singles from Thriller, Human Nature, and Pretty Young Thing. MJ. $20 for both of those. Okay, and Jim Nielsen says, Dobie Gray, that was Drift Away. Yeah, that was a good one. Let me figure out where that is now. It's going to be a memory game for me on these. Drift Away. Okay, so that is sold to Jim Nielsen. What Fleetwood Macs? Give me a second and I'll show those again. They're all, well, there's a couple left in here actually. Give me a second on those though. And he said sold, that's $20 for both these Michael Jacksons. All right, we have Ballad of Evel Knievel, Bobby Boris Pickett. There it is, NRBQ. Sell that to Jimmy for $10. That's Jimmy's for $10. The Romantics, Harry Nilsson, Jimi Hendrix. I'm surprised those didn't sell. Joe Cocker, Paul Revere, Rainy Days, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Commander Cody, Styx, Corey Hart, Bob Dylan, The Monkees. The Monkees, what did Jesse Hood want earlier? Jesse, are you still watching? Can you remind me of your offer for that one? John Travolta, The Shades, Bruce Springsteen, Alabama, the Disneyland's May Street Electrical Parade. Fleetwood Mac, Big Love. So there's one. Big Love and Big Love. I think those are from Tusk. No, those are from Tango in the Night. That's one, $9.99. I'll take the View to a Kill. Okay, let me find that. I hadn't seen it in this box yet. Golden Earring, Paul Simon, Charles Brown. Here's one George Harrison. Charlie DeFrank, White Label Promo. Here's one. This is a promotional copy, not for sale. This Is Love, 1987. Produced by Jeff Lynne. That is $12.99. I'll have to find the others. There's several George Harrison in here. Regina asked, what's the Elvis? It's Good Luck Charm and Anything That's Part of You. 1999. 1999. 22 for the Monkees and I'm a Believer. Okay, so yeah, that would be 11. That'd be 11 and 11. I've got 15 on them. I'll do that. So the other one was $14.99. He's wanting 22 for this one and the other one. However you want to do that, Tanner. Tanner will figure it out. The Merry Mouseketeers, Dean Martin, Tanya Tucker. Here's another George Harrison. This is a You. That's the name of the song. It's a mono and stereo not for sale promo. That is $9.99. Charlie Daniels, Whiskey, Alice Cooper, Herbie Hancock, Creedence. Here's the other George Harrison. This is probably the rarest of them all. This Guitar, Can't Keep You From Crying. That's a mono. And the B-side is This Guitar, stereo. Has the star, not for sale. That one is $74.99. $74.99. Regina takes the Elvis. Bert, she gets that one. Ricky Van Shelton. Here's the other George Harrison. This one's Bangladesh. It's also got radio station markings on it. $9.99. And here's the actual white label. George Harrison Dark Horse. It's a mono and stereo 1974 promo. That's $34.99. If you're interested in all those, I will give you a bundle deal. What was the Alice Cooper? We've sold several tonight. The one that's left is $1 Billion Babies. B-side is Mary Ann. It is $6.99. Herbie Hancock, Green River. Where did I get to? I've already read those off. Yeah, Cat Stevens, NFL Memories, Hall & Oates, Joan Jett, the Bengals. There's Duran Duran. That's what I was trying to get to. That's sold to Dakota. And then the Queens, Ice-T. I've already showed those multiple times. Okay. There we go. And Carol, the Fleetwood Macs, let me pull those. I said earlier. $100 for the lot. They're except for Oh Well, they're all white label promos. Oh Well Part 1, Rattlesnake Shake, For Your Love, Remember Me, Man of the World, World in Harmony, and the Green Manaleshi. There's two of those. What's the reverse side of Bangladesh? There's Alice Cooper. There's Dark Horse. This guitar, Bangladesh. The B-side for Bangladesh is Deep Blue. Deep Blue. That one's $9.99. By the way, if I'm showing one of these 45s, they probably look like they're brand new. Okay. We're near, it's midnight. Wow. It's midnight. Those will keep you busy, though. So I got half of a box left, and we started with 2 full boxes. So that means we've sold an entire box and a half of 45s. So we'd have more. Not ready for tonight, but we probably can come up with another 1,000 really good ones like that pretty easily. So we'll be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Time. If anybody has any last requests tonight, I will do it in the next 60 seconds. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7. I plan on doing flip crates. I'm going to work on them tonight. It's going to take me a while, but y'all know what we do. I'll have like everything in here is going to be $9.99 type crates. And then boom, boom, boom. It'll be a lot of half-off stuff. We have so many records priced that we have shown already that hadn't sold. I'm going to slash prices and get those sold tomorrow night. So if you like vintage stuff, vintage blowouts and bundles tomorrow night for sure. I'll be running the rest of our Japanese auctions, and what else will I have? That's probably it. That will be plenty. Believe me, that'll be enough for a 5-hour show, no problem. So, okay. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Me and Tanner is going to clean up here, and I'm going to start getting ready for tomorrow. I'll be here probably all night, all morning. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow night.